everyone, and welcome to Staffordshire Chamber of Commerce webinar this morning. My name is Laura Hodgkiss and I'm the Event and Training Team Leader here at the Chamber. This morning's webinar is eCert and Electronic Documentation, hosted by Alison Tomlinson. But for now, I'm just going to go through a couple of housekeeping rules, just for those of you that have never used Zoom before. So at the bottom of your function, you'll see that there is a bar just across the Zoom button, and you will be able to speak to us via the Q&A and the chat function today. So we cannot see and we cannot hear you, so do not worry about that. We cannot see you or hear you today. So with that in mind, I would ask if you would politely leave all of the Q&As till the end so that Alison can get through them nice and quickly for you all. But if any of you should have any issues, if you could just pop it in the chat box now for me, just so if you're having problems hearing us or you can't see the screen, if you could just pop that in the chat box now and I'll be able to just assist you before we get going today. So have a look. No, it appears everybody's not struggling, which is great. That's perfect. Let's just have a look. Fantastic. Okay, brilliant. Okay, Alison, it's over to you whenever you're ready to start. Let's just click the screen off for you. Brilliant. Whenever you're ready, Alison.
Okay, thanks, Laura. So, good morning. Welcome to the quick guide on the electronic system that we use for the documents here at Staffordshire Chambers of Commerce. My name's Alison. I'm one of the export documentation officers along with my colleague Sharon. So apologies if I come across a little nervous this morning. I normally deliver the course in person, never done an online webinar before, so you'll just have to bear with me. Normally at this point in my training course I would advise you of the housekeeping rules. However, I presume you're all working from home and staying safe, so you'll all know where your own toilets and fire escapes are. So I'll just move on. So this morning, it's just a brief overview. It's not what I normally go through when I'm doing it at the Chamber. So we'll just go through the registration process, how to log on, and how to access your account for all your documentation needs. So eCert is the online portal where all your documents are raised. It's been going for over 20 years now in conjunction with the British Chambers of Commerce. The online platform is totally free for you to use. It's funded by the British Chambers of Commerce, so you know, feel free to register and use it. Can we have the next slide, Laura? Okay, so this is what it looks like. So what you do, you get in touch, you probably see that you've Googled documents and this is the page it's come up with. So your first thing is you would get in touch with either myself or Sharon. We'll go through things with you, we'll take your details. We'll then send you an email with the link and the instructions to register on the online system. Apologies if you can see my hands, I do talk with my hands all the time. Attached to the email will be a formal undertaking. That is, it's a list of signatories who are authorised to sign the documents. This needs to be completed on company letterhead paper, signed off by the Managing Director or Company Secretary. Signatures can be added at any time through the year if you've got new staff starting, or we can take them off if somebody leaves. These forms are updated annually. So also attached to the email will be a copy of the standard rules. These are the rules that the BCC set for us to follow when checking your documents. Basically, it's there for guidance and both parties' protection. So if we could have the next slide, please, Laura. So the first thing you'll do is you'll go on the link and it'll bring you to this page. So as you can see in the middle of your screen, you've got sign up free. So if you click that button, once you've done that, you move to another screen. Next slide, please, Laura. So this is quite a quick script. The whole process is quite quick. It's quite painless. It only should take no more than 5 minutes. So if you fill your details in on here, on this form, confirm you're not a robot, accept your terms and conditions, there's another little option at the bottom. You can either opt into the newsletter. That means you get the newsletters from SGS who run Cert. Obviously, if you're a member of the chamber, or once you're on Flight Deck, which is our other system, you'll get newsletters and things from us as well. So once you've filled that page in, if you click sign up, it brings you to another screen. Can I have the next slide, please, Laura? Okay, so on this screen, you've got your account set up, and you've got two options here. So your first one is create a new exporter account, and your second one is join an existing exporter account. Join an existing exporter account is if your company is already registered on the Cert system, then you can go in and you can just join. So where I said before about formal undertaking, if you've got a new member of staff, that's where they would sign up and they would click the join an existing exporter account. For today, we're going to go through the create a new exporter account though. So we're going to click create a new exporter, and that's going to take you to the next page. So next slide, please, Laura. Okay, so we're creating a new exporter account. We tick that one at the top. So you can see this is quite a long form, this one. So you've got your required chamber service. I can't do it because this is on slides, but if you click on the drop-down box in there, that will give you the options that the chambers do. And you'll want to click the online documentation one. So from there, you select a chamber to use. Again, that'd be Staffordshire Chambers of Commerce and Industry. You've got your chamber contact email, then you've got your contact email address, full name, company name, put your company address in as well, fill everything in, and then we go down to the next slide. Okay, once you've clicked register on the previous slide, apologies, what it'll do, that will send myself and Sharon an email to say that we've had a new company register. So if you've already sent us the formal undertaking, we will go straight in and approve your account. If we're still waiting for the formal undertaking, then we can't approve the account till we've got it. So it'll just stay in a pending state until you send it across to us. In the middle of the screen, you can see that it says select account. It's at the top of the screen, apologies. So if you select account, select the account you're using, and then click launch Cert. So from there, that takes us to the next page. Can I have the next slide, please, Laura? And if I'm going too fast, just tell me. So, right, so this is your dashboard. This is quite an important page, this one. So Sharon and I update this page with any important information. So things like chamber closures, dates for Eid, Ramadan, anything that's going to cause, you know, perhaps a little bit of a delay on getting your documents. We'll put things in there if countries change, whether they need a wet stamp or not. I mean, online documentation at the moment is really popular. And as you can, you know, appreciate with COVID-19 at the moment, there's quite a few countries that would normally insist on a wet stamp that have actually turned around and said, no, you know, we can accept electronic documents. So everything important that either myself or Sharon needs to notify you of, as well as sending you an email, we will pop it on here as well. So if best practice, just pop in, have a look, see if there's anything new on there. So if you look at the right-hand side of your screen, there's a box at the bottom that says quick links. So on there, you've got new application, which I'll go through with you in a minute. Upload signature. So to upload your signature, it's quite easy. the easiest way to do it is if you put your signature on an A4 piece of paper and pop it on PDF onto your desktop. Once this asks you to upload your signature, if you upload it from there, you have to draw a box around the signature. Once you've drawn the box around the signature, it will give you the option to save it. So that stays in there then. That will be there all the time to put on your documents. Then you've got Add User. So let's say you've started this for your company. You've then got the option, because you're going as administrator, you'll have the option to add other users. So if you have a new member of staff, you can add them in there. If there's any problems with it or anything like that, just, like I say, either give myself or Sharon a ring. Our details will be at the bottom of the slides later. And we can do that for you anyway if you can't do it. Formal undertaking, I've already gone through with you, so you know what that is. Just so you know that with your formal undertakings, you will get, like I said, they are annually. You will get a reminder, electronic reminder from here, 3 months before it's due to expire. You will get a reminder 2 months before it's due to expire, 1 month before. If we don't receive your formal undertaking, if you don't want to do documents anymore, your account will just expire. If 12 months later you've got some more documents to do, we would need the formal undertaking updating, just so that we can update it on our system. That then sets your account live again. Okay, on the right-hand side, no, on the left-hand side, sorry, you can see at the top there is a big box with a circle in. This is unique to your company. So you can either set it to monthly or yearly. It'll tell you how many documents have been done. It'll give you a percentage of which documents have been done. It's just a little recce so that you can see. I mean, mine's yearly, and obviously, you know, I just go on and do various bits and bobs when I'm practicing things. So you can see there some of the documents that you do. 37% of the documents are certificates of origin. They are the most popular documents. We've got EUR1s, invoices, Arab certificates of origin, ATRs, ATA carnets. So you can do lots of documents on there. So just so you're aware as well, members of the chamber, you do get half price off your documents. So if you're a chamber member, your documents are half price. So applications, I'm going to go to new application now. So when you want to do a document, if you click new application, apologies. If you click new application, that'll take us to the next slide. Can I have the next slide, please, Laura? Okay. So at the moment on this screen, you can see there's some highlighted documents underneath where it says choose documents. They will be blank until you pick a country. So before I go any further, not every country that you pick will be correct. So there are some anomalies within the system. So this is, for instance, if I clicked on Iraq, which I can't do at the moment, but it would say you can use an EUR1. You can't use an EUR1. There's no preference for Iraq. So basically what it's done is SGS and the BCC have kept it on there because some customers, some of your customers, will insist that they want that document, they need that document. And the last thing we want to do is make it difficult for you to export, and we want, you know, help you with your customers. So if your customer insists on that document, yes, we'll do it, but we will always advise you first. Sharon or myself will advise you that, no, you don't need it. You know, you're paying for something that you don't need. 9 times out of 10, your customer will come back and say, well, thank you, you've saved them some money, but you will always have one that will say, no, I want that document. That's fine, we can do that. So you can see I've picked Mexico. You can have a certificate of origin for Mexico. You can have an EUR1 for Mexico. So on the left-hand side, you can see that I've got documents set up. Now, at the moment, that is saying that the document's 35% complete. So there's 3 red crosses there. Once you go through, what will happen is you'll complete every box. I'm pointing at the screen here, by the way, as well, looking at it. You'll complete every box on the document, and then hopefully, as you've gone through the documents, we'll go to the next slide, please, Laura. Okay, once you've filled in every box and everything looks okay, we should have some nice green ticks down the left-hand side, and it says 100% complete. At this point, if you're new and you're not sure whether you've done it right or not, if you want to give us a ring, Sharon and myself, we can see at this point your document on our system on the in progress. So we would go in, check it for you, let you know whether it's okay or not, and then you can go from there. To submit your document, you click your chamber, which is Staffordshire Chambers of Commerce and Industry. You've then got 2 delivery methods. So your first delivery method is a standard, and that is where we've got the paperwork, so we print it off, we put our wet stamp on it, we'll either post it to you or you can collect it. Obviously at the moment it's just post. Or you've got the express option, which is where you've got the documents, you've got the official paperwork in your office, and you want to print it off, and we can put an electronic stamp on it, and that's absolutely fine. In that case, what would happen is you would need to put your letters and numbers in the boxes. They are always at the top of your document. So for example, your certificate of origin starts DB, and then you've got your numbers. If it was an EUR1, it starts with an S, and then your numbers, and an ATR is an A, and then your numbers. So it goes through like that. Once you've clicked proceed to checkout, it will then give you the option to put your invoice total in. Now this gets really confusing, and people do ring up. This is one of the really most frequent questions we get. I don't know how much you're charging me. It's not our invoice total to you, it's your invoice total. And this is purely just so that we've got the figures and things at the end of the year, how much we've exported out to different countries. Also on that page is a very, very tiny box at the bottom. If you don't click the confirm box, you can't go any further. So once you've submitted the document, we'll go through it. We always need a commercial invoice that goes along with the document for backup. So we'll check that the invoice and the document's correct. Everything that's on the document needs to be mirrored on the invoice. So you proceed to summary checkout. Once we've received the application, you will get an email saying that it's pending. We'll then go through the document. If everything's okay, you'll get another email because we've approved it, at which point you can either print it or we print it. If there's something wrong with the document, we would always email you or give you a call just to say, there's a problem with the document. Is it the invoice? Is it the document? At which point we can either reject it, or you can send us over an amended invoice or packing list, something, if we're missing something, anything like that. So can I have the next slide, please, Laura? So please remember, this is just a quick guide to getting set up. I haven't covered everything that I would normally do when I'm running the courses. When I do the courses back at the chamber, I go through everything. I go through every document, every box, what you need. Hopefully the next one is on September the 1st, back at the chamber. Fingers crossed we're all back at work and the world's starting to get back to normal then. But for today, that completes today's webinar. So have you got any questions?
Alison, fantastic. That was brilliant. Thank you very much. This is your Q&A question time now, guys. So if any of you have got any questions, I'll give you a couple of minutes just to pop them in the chat box. I know you have to type it, so it does take a couple of minutes. So we'll give you a couple of minutes just to pop them in, and then I'll ask Alison the questions. Okay, Alison, so you do have your first question. So do chamber members get a discount on training?
Yes, they do. Unfortunately, I haven't got one of my little boats here with me that we had done. So I can't remember what the discount is, but they do get a discount. I think it's half of what the full training prices are, but I can always come back and get that information for you.
Brilliant. Okay, Alison, we'll just wait just to make sure there's no other questions, because there might be a couple more that just filtered through. Just give a couple more seconds, guys, just in case anybody else has got any questions. You've got another question, Alison. So can you do invoice through eCert?
Oh, yeah, you can. There are other documents you can raise through eCert as well. You can generate your invoices, packing lists. Some people do this. They prefer to do that because it mirrors everything then, and they know that the document's 100% mirrored the same. But a lot of people use the company ones as well because they're generated on their own software. You can, you can use it for other things. And like I say, I can go through all that with you on the next training course at the Chamber in September.
Fantastic. You've got another question, Alison. So what country would require an ATR?
Okay, ATRs are for Turkey only. At the moment, we're still doing them. However, after the 31st of December this year, ATRs won't be required because it's a document between the European Union and Turkey. It's a preference document, and obviously with us coming out of Europe, they won't be required, but hopefully we'll have a trade agreement with Turkey and we can get other documentation sorted.
So you've got a couple more questions now, Alison. So what if I make a mistake with my documents? Will you give me some guidance if I'm struggling?
100%, yeah. You can just pick up the phone, give me a call, and I'll talk you through it. If you're struggling with your documents, like I say, we can see it in progress once you've started it. So I can go in, I can tweak anything with you, I can show you what to do. Either drop us an email, give us a call. That's what we're here for. We're here to help.
Wonderful. And another question for you, Alison. Will you be offering a customs declaration service?
Yes, certainly will be offering a customs declaration service, and I'll be doing that service for you along with two of my colleagues initially till we can get somebody else trained up.
Wonderful, fantastic. So I just want to make sure that we have all got all the questions and answers, so we'll give it another couple of seconds. For those of you that joined us halfway through or missed the beginning part of it, this will be available online via our webinar library via the Chamber website. So if you have missed the beginning bit, that's absolutely fine as well. All of the contact details, as you can see, Alison and Sharon's contact details are on the slides as well, so you will be able to contact them should you need to. So you've got one more question, Alison. Can you print off documents for me if I don't have any?
Yeah, that's the option of your standard and express. So basically your standard is where we print them off in the office anyway. If you normally do express, but you've just run out of documents, the document's urgent, not a problem at all. Just click the standard option and yes, we can do that for you.
Wonderful. I think that's all of the questions today. Alison, is there anything else you'd like to say?
I don't think so, but like I say, if there's any problems, anything I haven't covered, just give me a call and I'll go through it with you.
Fantastic, Alison. Everybody else, it's been an absolute pleasure seeing you today, and we look forward to seeing you on some of our other webinars very shortly. Okay, bye everyone.